if the biggest difference between your brain and the brain of a billionaire has nothing to do with intelligence? What if they are not born with some magical ability that you were denied? What if the real difference is much simpler and much more uncomfortable, what they repeatedly train their brain to do? Every morning, every decision, every distraction, every moment of discipline is teaching your brain what to prioritize. You may think you are simply checking your phone, watching another video, delaying your work, or choosing comfort for a few minutes. But your brain is watching, it is learning. And after you repeat the same behavior for months or years, those choices become automatic. You don't simply have habits anymore. Your habits begin to have you. Think about how most people start their mornings. Their eyes open, their hand reaches for the phone, and within seconds, their mind is somewhere else. Notifications, messages, news, social media, arguments, advertisements, and other people's lives rush into their consciousness before they have even had time to think about their own. The day hasn't started, but they are already reacting. Now imagine someone who does the opposite. They wake up and protect the first moments of their day. They don't immediately allow the outside world to tell them what deserves their attention. They take a moment to think, breathe, move, plan, and remember what actually matters. That doesn't make them smarter, but if they repeat that behavior for years, they are training their mind to operate differently. This is the part most people miss when they hear stories about billionaires and highly successful people. They look for a secret routine, a special drink, an expensive supplement, or some magical 5-minute technique. But the real lesson isn't about copying someone's exact morning. It's about understanding the value of attention. Your attention is one of the most valuable things you own, and today, almost everyone is trying to take it from you. Social media wants it. Advertisers want it. News wants it. Entertainment wants it. Even people you don't know want a piece of it. And if you don't consciously decide where your attention goes, someone else will decide for you. Your brain naturally moves toward things that provide quick rewards. That's why scrolling can feel effortless, while reading a difficult book can feel exhausting. That's why watching short videos can feel easier than working on an important project. That's why you can spend an hour consuming content and then struggle to concentrate for 15 minutes on something that could actually improve your life. The problem isn't that entertainment exists. The problem begins when your brain becomes so accustomed to instant stimulation that normal effort starts feeling boring. When every moment of boredom is immediately filled with a screen, your ability to tolerate boredom becomes weaker. And when you cannot tolerate boredom, you eventually struggle to tolerate the difficult, repetitive work that real achievement requires. Think about the dreams you have. Maybe you want to build a business, become financially independent, get into shape, finish your education, become a better writer, learn a skill, or simply become proud of yourself again. None of these things are built through constant stimulation. They are built through periods of concentration when nobody is entertaining you. There will be moments when the work feels slow. There will be moments when you don't feel motivated. There will be moments when your phone seems far more interesting than the task in front of you. That is exactly where your future is being decided. Not when you feel inspired, but when you don't. This is where discipline becomes powerful. Discipline doesn't mean forcing yourself to work every second of the day. It means learning that you don't have to obey every impulse you experience. You may want to check your phone and choose not to. You can feel like quitting and continue for another 10 minutes. You can be bored without immediately escaping. You can feel uncomfortable and remain in the situation long enough to discover that discomfort doesn't last forever. Every time you do this, you teach your brain something new. You teach it that an impulse is not a command. And there's something even deeper happening. Every promise you make to yourself becomes evidence about the person you believe you are. If you constantly tell yourself, I'll start tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes, eventually your brain stops trusting you. But when you make a small promise and actually keep it, something changes. You begin building self-trust. You don't need to promise that you will completely transform your life tomorrow. Promise that you will read 5 pages. Promise that you will work for 30 focused minutes. Promise that you will put your phone away during that time. Then keep the promise. Small victories may look insignificant from the outside, but internally, they are changing your identity. You don't become disciplined and then start acting like a disciplined person. You act with discipline repeatedly, and eventually you become that person. You don't become confident and then take difficult action. You take difficult action, survive the uncertainty, and confidence grows from the evidence. The same thing happens with focus. You don't wake up one morning magically able to concentrate for 4 hours. You practice, concentrate. You remove distractions. You fail. You start again. Eventually, what once felt difficult begins to feel normal. And that's why you should stop comparing your life to someone else's final result. You see the billionaire's company, wealth, lifestyle, and achievements, but you don't see every boring morning, every difficult decision, every failure, every year of repetition that came before them. You see the building, but not the foundation. You see the harvest, but not the seasons of work. The same principle applies to your own life. You may be looking at your current situation and thinking that nothing is happening. But if you are repeatedly making better decisions, something is happening beneath the surface. Maybe your problem isn't a lack of motivation. Maybe you have simply trained yourself to seek comfort whenever life becomes difficult. And if that's true, don't hate yourself for it. Understand it. Your brain learned those patterns because you repeated them. That also means you can teach it new patterns. You can begin with something incredibly simple. Tomorrow morning, don't touch your phone for the first 30 minutes. Give yourself a chance to wake up before the internet enters your mind. Sit quietly. Think about what matters. Move your body. Write down the one thing that absolutely needs your attention that day. Then do it before you disappear into entertainment. You don't have to become a billionaire. You don't have to copy the lifestyle of someone richer than you. You don't even have to become extraordinarily successful by someone else's definition. The real goal is to become someone who controls their attention instead of constantly surrendering it. Someone who can delay pleasure. Someone who can work without applause. Someone who can sit with boredom. Someone who can keep a promise to themselves. Someone who doesn't need to feel motivated before doing what needs to be done. Because your future is being shaped in moments that seem completely ordinary. It is shaped when you close the app and return to your work. It is shaped when you get out of bed, even though you don't feel like it. It is shaped when you choose the book instead of another hour scrolling. It is shaped when you finish what you started. Nobody may see those moments, but your brain does. Every choice is a vote for the person you are becoming. So the next time you look at someone successful and think they have something I don't, remember this, they may not have a different brain. They may simply have spent years training their brain differently. And that is the hopeful part. You can begin today. You can teach yourself to focus again. You can become comfortable with discomfort. You can stop allowing every notification to control your attention. You can start keeping promises to yourself. You can change what your brain expects from you. Tomorrow morning, before the world gets access to your attention, give yourself a few quiet minutes. Don't immediately scroll. Don't immediately react. Remember what you are building. Then make one difficult choice that moves you closer to it. Do it again the next day. Then again. Because one morning won't transform your life, but thousands of intentional mornings can transform the person living it. Your brain is listening to you every single day. The question is not whether you are training it. You are. The question is what you are training it to become. So choose carefully, because what you repeatedly give your attention to will eventually become the life you live.